Hi, I'm going to review the book Lying by Sam Harris. This is a really short book, it's a quick read. I think it only took me 3 or 4 hours to read last night. A lot of you are probably familiar with Sam Harris. He's a big voice in kind of the science, reason, atheism, things like that. Probably most famous for speaking out against religions and some of the harm they cause and whatnot. But it's funny because I went into this book open-minded. I like to just say things as I really see them. I like the simplicity of always trying to be truthful so that you don't have to keep track of your lies or any of that. I like my words to mean exactly what they mean. I don't like lying and stuff because I feel it takes the value from words. So I was going into this book assuming it was going to give examples on how truth is relative and you should do what makes sense and not be pinned down by your obsession of truthfulness or something. And I was going to see these arguments and see why people say this, but I was planning on staying truthful anyway, just because I like it. It makes the most sense to me. But I did want to see what the other side had to say on it. But surprisingly, the book was pretty much saying what I believed in my heart. So it was like defending truth and showing how most of the time being truthful causes the best effect. And it was talking about like all these little white lies and stuff and how we're doing things to spare people's feelings and try to keep people from experiencing unnecessary pain and whatnot. And anyway, it was really interesting. It was really cool. You know, he's a extremely intelligent man, so he presented first his argument. He talked how he had one class in college that actually seemed to enhance his life instead of just be pointless academia, and how it kind of opened his eyes, and he went in there kind of believing in truth anyway, but it really expanded his belief in why. And so the first third of the book or so is him giving his case on why truth is good and giving a lot of examples where it's not as obvious and saying why he thinks in most cases it is, but also not being 100% black and white about it and saying like in every single circumstance in the world you should be truthful. There he allowed for like some of the hypothetical situations that may never actually happen, but like the Nazis come to your door asking about Anne Frank or something, like things like that. He allowed for exceptions, which I liked. And then the next third of the book or so, he was interviewing the professor that planted the seed when he was young and in college. And that was pretty interesting because he took some of the most difficult questions he could think of that people had given to him or that he came up with on his own and threw them towards his mentor, so to speak, and then he would have him answer them. And I like that part of the book. And then like the last third or so of the book, he like released like an ebook version of the first third he wrote like a while back, and then he asked his readers to send him questions and stuff. So the last third of the book is like the questions he got in response to that request and him responding to them. And it was pretty cool. It's a quick read. It's just something to get your mind going, get you thinking about the subject. You know, in my own specific case, it kind of just reinforced what I already thought, but it was cool seeing it put forth that way. So I highly recommend it. It's a quick read. It's an enjoyable read. You go through it fast. So yeah, it's a good book. Lying by Sam Harris.